Hey everybody, what's going on? My name is Kyle. You can call me the Geekin Dad. You can call me other things. Wouldn't be the first and it won't be the last. 5 years of marriage, you get called all kinds of things. Anyhow, welcome to my corner of the interwebs on the YouTubes. If you can't tell by the sound in the background, the name kind of gives a little fact that I'm a dad. And my daughter just turned 1, and she's walking all over the place. And she would like in right now. But that would kind of make recording this a little impossible. So we're just going to have to hear it in the background for now. Eventually I might get better like recording equipment, but for now we're going to work with what we got. And that happens to be my iPhone 6 Plus, my Razer Hammerhead Pro headset, and the Rode, I don't know what this software's called, and did this thing just stop on me? Because it didn't? Okay, good. Okay, so I asked this because I just spent 15 minutes talking to, actually it was like 12 minutes talking to not myself, because that was just a beautiful play, a little shake and bake. Sorry. Anyhow, so I just talked to myself for like 11 minutes the first time because it didn't record, and then my phone went to sleep, and so I had to check to make sure it was actually recording still or not. So yeah, anyhow, I'm the Geekin Dad. Full-time dad, full-time IT guy, full-time husband, full-time tech lover, not exactly a full-time gamer because I don't have time to game full-time. It'd be cool if I did, but I just don't have it. So I have a lot on my plate, but I'm a geek, I'm a dad, and I love what I do. I love why I do it, and I love who I work with, and why and all that good stuff. So, and I love technology. Technology is cool. Technology is fun, especially computer hardware. I nerd out over computer hardware as much as the next guy, and sometimes more. When it comes to hardware questions at the office, I'm the go-to person because they just don't understand it the same way I do when it comes to the intricacies of it all. And so that's what I am passionate about, and gaming is another thing I'm enjoying and passionate about too. Not so much anymore because being a dad and working full-time and being a full-time husband and all that good stuff, time's constrained, and so some things have to go by the wayside. In my case, it has to be my time spent playing games, but that's not a bad thing by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I would say it might make me enjoy the games that I do get to play more, but that's besides the point. I guess the question you might want to know is, what do I plan on doing with this channel? Everybody's got one, it seems like, anyhow, and everybody's got an opinion. So do I, and so do I. But I figured, you know what, I'm going to throw this out there because I enjoyed it enough. It's something new to learn from the standpoint of the content creation side of things, and learning how to do a quality job of doing editing and recording and audio and all that fun stuff. And if nothing comes from this, hopefully I can learn how to make fantastic, outstanding home movies, so we're just gonna have a good time with it, and see where it goes from here. Hopefully we find a great community, and a place where you can ask questions, I can ask questions, I can find answers, I can give you biased or unbiased opinions. It depends on what you ask me about, but you'll get an opinion one way or the other. If you ask me about football, it's going to be completely biased because I absolutely love that sport. And if you ask me about baseball, I don't care, so it'll be completely unbiased. That kind of stuff. But yeah, so a little bit more about who I am. I am a third-generation IT person. I work with my dad. My dad and I have been working together for going on 6 years this year, I think. And then my grandfather, he did IT for a very long time. Retired a few years back from it, from his corporate IT job, and was doing it back when, you know, $10,000 bought you a computer, and it may have not even a top of the line computer for that time. Because I mean, it's easy to spend $10,000 on a computer today. I can do it in a heartbeat. Because if I was building my dream computer, it'd probably be about that much. Because you'd have 4 Titan X's and the 5960X, and, you know, custom water cooling loop, custom case with a custom paint job, and, you know, as soon as you start getting custom, you can spend $10,000 on a computer today. But that computer would just be massive. But yeah, but I've got my gaming, my desktop. I've got a laptop. Just got my wife a new laptop. I've got a micro server. I've got stuff, you know, and so I've got a nice enough setup to where I can do the work that I need to do. I can play the games I want to play, and I'm actually really interested to know how fast this video renders, because I've not actually rendered a video on here before, and I've got 2 GTX 970s. Those are the ones with 4 gigabytes, guys, not 3.5. He says sarcastically, hoping that nobody missed that. Yeah, so I'm actually really interested, and if I remember to, I'll actually post it in the comments and or in the video description of how long it actually took to render this video, because I'm actually really interested to see how long that's going to take. Just so you know, my PC is, I just built it for Christmas. Built it in January, but it was my Christmas gift basically for my wife, for myself. You know how that works. If your wife's not like into whatever you're into, you just give her like a link and she just kind of buys it or says, okay, Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday, and lets you buy it yourself. You know how that goes, right? Yeah, that was me for Christmas this year. And so I built a brand new computer. The last time I built a computer, which happened to be my first computer as well, was back in the days of the X58 platform. So that was the Intel Core i7-950, if you recall. And I actually got that thing to overclock to 4 gigahertz, which for that processor in that time was actually pretty impressive. You know, I had 12 gigs of RAM. I had, I think, 2 460s in SLI, which this was back when the 560s, 70, and 580 had just been released. And so, you know, there were some trade-offs in terms of building that machine. This one that I just built myself, I'll put like a PC part picker list in the description below of it, basically. But it is an Intel Core i7-4790K. I have not overclocked on it yet. I just haven't had time. I have the Asus Maximus 7 Hero motherboard. When looking at available motherboards, it was just for what I wanted and what I was going to do. I didn't have a need for anything higher like the formula, and it was just a great price to performance. It's a great price to performance board. I've got 16 gigs of Kingston's HyperX memory, the 1866 kit, so 2 8-gig DIMMs. I've got the Asus GeForce GTX 970s. I've got 2 of them in SLI. I have an Intel 740 series 480 gig boot drive. I've got a 1 terabyte Western Digital grain. What else is in here? Oh, I have the Cooler Master Neptune 280L all-in-one water cooler, and the Cooler Masters, the Corsair RM 650 watt power supply. And then for my cables, I actually got the Cable Mods, that's the name of the company. Cable Mods custom sleeve cables, white, because I saw them and I liked them and I wanted them. And all of that is sitting in the Fractal Define R5 windowed unit. And it is, like, right now it's on, and you can probably hear my daughter screaming in the background before you can hear the computer in the foreground. I mean, it is just absolutely incredibly silent when you have it set up to be that way. And so it's fantastic. And so that's my build. And so I am hoping that as the community grows and as the channel grows, we can do more builds like that. And we can do cheaper builds. And we can do budget builds. And we can do best price performance. And we can do all kinds of things. We can do completely overkill, wasted, but we had the money to waste anyway skills builds. A little bit of everything, you know? And that's what I want to do. Give you my opinions on why I like what I like and why I chose the things that I choose to do and what I chose in terms of parts and like what I look for in parts and what I look for in performance and what I look for in price to performance and when do I look for the best price to performance ratio and when do I just get what I want to get. You know, stuff like that. So that's where I am looking to focus. Hopefully a bulk of what I can do on this channel. Another thing that I'm probably going to be doing over the next year at least is chronicling my journey in Windows Server certifications. Like I said, I'm a full-time IT guy. I work with my dad, have been for, this summer will be 6 years, I think. Wait, maybe 7, I don't know. It's been a long time, we'll just leave it at that. And so it's time for me to start moving up on my technology stack. And so server is the next step for me from desktop, obviously. And so I'll be spending the next year going through and earning my Microsoft certified. The MC, there's so many acronyms. I don't even know what it is. It's like 6 certifications or 5 certifications, and you're like a Microsoft Certified Solutions Expert. That's what it is. Desktop infrastructure. And so it focuses mostly on our current client base and what their environments are going to look like. So it's kind of our perfect fit. So I'll probably be chronicling some of that over the next year, because as you go through and you learn new things, it's fun to show off what you've learned. And then if anybody else is thinking about it, you know, I can show you some things that I found that helped me and pass those along to you and things like that. So anything to kind of help the community and find where the community enjoys or wants help and wants feedback and input and all that fun stuff. So yeah, that's another thing I'll be doing. And you know, the last and final thing that you're probably going to see on here from time to time is cool toys that my daughter gets, because toys for kids her age have gotten a lot better than they used to be. I'll just say that. So that you're going to see some, plain and simple. But anyhow, so now that I've rambled on for probably what are we at, 13 minutes now, give or take. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking me out. Hopefully you'll click like, dislike, subscribe, and find me on Twitter. I'm at Geekin Dad. I'm on Facebook.com/TheGeekinDad. I'm on Instagram at Geekin Dad. GeekinDad@gmail.com if you have any questions. And yeah, so find me, give me a shout, and thanks for watching. And shout out to Logan at Tech Syndicate for this awesome music and letting me and anybody who wants to use it in the background. Geek out.